just to let y'all know, we are YouTube live. I'm sure Jamie will also share it on Facebook. Um, Tim, to answer your question, Wayne Davis and Martha Harrison, them two expire 2020.
Hey, neither one of them's on. This is for Heisler Cemetery.
Heisler Cemetery must have been on a different board. Stand by when we'll check it.
Sorry.
Squire, you have 2 out of 3 committee members present and the judge online, and I am showing 9 o'clock, sir.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Anybody try to contact Kenneth or? No.
I've tried to call him, invite him and call him on the Zoom about 4 or 5 times, got no response.
Okay. That's fine.
Are we ready?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
All right. In accordance with KRS 61.823, KRS 61.826, Executive Order 2020-243, OAG 220-05, 2020 Senate Bill 150 and of March 31st, 2020, Attorney General Advisory, the Transportation Committee of the Barron County Fiscal Court at 9 o'clock Thursday, December the 10th, 2020, to consider the following agenda. The meeting will take place via video teleconference. Due to the current public health situation, members of the public will not be allowed to attend. The meeting will be broadcast live on Barron County, Kentucky Facebook page and or Barron County, Kentucky YouTube page. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And first item we're going to be talking about is the speed limit on Farmview Road. And as I said earlier, this has been mailed out to you on your email. All the information. Is the county attorney on there? Well, I don't hear. Catherine, are you on?
Billy, I don't think she's connected.
Okay.
If
No,
you
sir,
want,
she is not.
you might, if you want to go on with the other items and come back, maybe she'll join in.
Okay. Michael, you want to give us an update on the tractors? Michael?
Yes.
Give us an update on that.
I'm sorry. I've got 2 Zoom meetings going at once. Billy, what did you say?
You want to give us an update on the mowing tractors and part responsibilities?
Okay.
Probably Catherine.
So this is as of October the 1st. As of October the 1st, we've assigned a ditching and shoulder crew. Since then, they have completed 19 roads totaling 42.91 miles, in which those are broken down in your magistrate's reports that you all receive from Susan. And that's not only just the ditches and the shoulders. If we have a pothole on that road, if we have a tile that needs unstopped, we just take care of the whole road as we go. So that's including replacing cross tiles, any entrance tiles that need to be replaced, digging out the bad spots in the roads, putting those with a good bed with the coal mix over top of it. Again, it's taking care of the whole road as we're there. Also, we have tree cleanup. We've done quite a bit of tree cleanup as usual. We've also assisted other departments such as solid waste and cleaning trash up. Helped a little bit with emergency management. The boom mower is running every day. Even if it rains, it's still out and it's running. So just wanted to make sure everyone that knew that. As far as the tractors and bush hogs, the bush hogs should be here by the end of the month. The tractors, you're looking somewhere around January 15th. And then I think somewhere around the 1st of February, our new dump truck should be on the ground, if not the end of February. So let's see, check these out here. Make sure. Also, with the ditching crew, I have assigned a supervisor to oversee that operation. I also have a tile crew, and I have someone that oversees that operation as well. Our times are split 3 different times. Our boom mowing crew comes in at 6:30. They get off at 3. Our ditching and shouldering crew of 5 comes in at 7. They get off at 3:30. Our tile crew comes in at 7:30. They get off at 4. That way we're keeping the crews separated, and in case one crew had to quarantine for some reason or another, it seems to be working out very well. Susan comes in at 6:30. I usually stick around for the late crew. So everything seems to be running pretty good. We've had a few breakdowns, but I believe we have a good mechanic now who's been able to save us some money, maneuver his way through some difficult things that usually we'd have to take to Bowling Green to have fixed. So I do appreciate that. Everyone has really stepped up. I think the most important thing is they know that when we get the call, we respond to the call, and we do that in a timely manner. Now again, I want to express to you that we have found more operators within our fleet. So, I would be challenging the court later on. We could keep 2 backhoes running every day. We have the staff to do that. So we do have applications for backhoe operators, and also the last court meeting, you all had gave me the go ahead to do pay adjustment on their pay rates. That has been done. That was within budget, as it should be. So I think we're fixing to start a project there that Maxie Murray will be in charge of. I'm going to start building some shelters to be able to get our trucks inside, at least pulled underneath something. We spend a lot of money on those vehicles. They should at least be somewhat in and out of the inclement weather. I want to start with 4 sheds now, but my goal is to be sure to get all trucks underneath something to protect them from UV rays or just whatever while they're sitting there. So anyway, that's kind of what I have. There's been 3 roads that's been paved, Whispering Woods, Mutter Road. They're doing Coral Wilburn today, and then they're going to shut down. So the paving they'll pick back up in the spring, and that's where we're at. Any questions?
Thank you, Michael. Sounds good. We'll go ahead. Catherine, are you there online?
She's not here, sir. I've contacted her via text,
Yeah,
She is
maybe.
with a family member at the doctor's. As soon as she gets out there, she will join us. And when she does, I'll let you know, sir.
All right, thanks. Okay, the next item come up is a resolution supporting to address the modernization of Kentucky's transportation funding mechanism and address transportation funding needs throughout the Commonwealth. You want to bring us up to date on that, Michael? Is that what we received in the mail from Keiko this week?
That's correct. And we've passed this similar resolution. As you know, in 2015, I know when I became judge, the legislation failed to put a floor tax on the gas tax. And the state of Kentucky lost several millions of dollars. And it just became a political battle. So that short period of time, what I understand from legislation then, that it would take 2022 to make up that difference of what was lost. So each year, the Judges Association and KCO, and they challenge legislation to put some type of floor tax on to generate the money from the fuel tax. And again, that fuel tax is what we count on to repair our roads, not our property taxes, but the fuel tax. So we'll be at it again this time. We've already they've asked me to join the legislation committee through the Judges Association to talk to committee to encourage them to put this on. This is something that I know I've been involved with since 2015. So maybe eventually we'll get that done.
So we just, as a court, we need to go ahead and make a motion on this and bring it before the court next Tuesday. I'll
That's
make the
correct.
motion that we do this on this gas tax.
Second. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're still, because of the price of gasoline, that we're receiving about the same amount for this fund as we did. Somebody said in the 60s. I don't know if it's been that long, but because of declining gas prices, which is a good thing. But we've got to get this going so we can improve some of the infrastructure. I mean, it's just a very important thing. So I agree with the judge 200%.
I do too.
Squire Houchins, county attorney, is now present, sir.
I saw it. Thank you. Well, that'll be passed on to them, Michael, because you're going to be one of their people to be talking about this.
Yes. Well, obviously it'll be in your all's packet for the court meeting next week.
Yeah,
So,
we'll
yeah, everyone will see it.
Okay. Catherine, you there with us now? Catherine?
Yes.
Okay. We're talking, and we talking about the speed limit petition. Farm View, is it all up to date and everything in it?
Yes, it's ready to go.
All emailed to us, and we got 75% of them.
Yes,
Okay. And this will be the first reading on it, right? Tuesday.
it will. Yes, sir. And I also sent you the ordinance.
Yeah, I got it too. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all got that. So I'll make a motion that we set this at 15 mile-an-hour speed limit for Farm View. And we'll bring it up before the court.
Did
So
you say 15? Is that what?
that's what they got on the 15 mile-an-hour speed limit.
That's what was requested. I mean, you all can,
Change it. I mean, that's awful slow, I think, but
adjust that accordingly and present it to the fiscal court, however
It's
you choose to.
Yeah, it's not a very long road. I'm
yeah,
going to say probably 150 yards long.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
you know,
I think I'll be raised a little bit, 20 or 25 anyway. I mean, you do 15 mile an hour, come out your that way.
I'm sorry, but I'm not familiar with the road, but if it's that short, I guess I'm sure that 15 will be fine. I will try to drive that road before our court meeting next week. So I'll go ahead and second that, Billy. And then if we decide to change something, I guess we can do it in court.
We can do it in court, yeah.
There's only about, just so you all know, it is, I agree with Judge Hale, it's a short road. And according to the plat, I think there's 4 or 5 residences on each side of the road is all. So just 4 or 5 houses in close proximity to each other.
Hey, Billy, just food for thought. Could you reach out to sheriff and see what his thoughts is on the speed limit? Because, he's the one that's going to receive the calls for the speeding on it. So he may have an idea there.
Yeah, I'll ask him about it. Thanks. Let me look right here now, see what we got. Appraisal on Stallion Way. Tim, did you get anything on that?
I spoke with him just minutes ago. He was supposed to call last night, but he got busy. But he promises me he'll have that done by tomorrow. And so then we'll bring it up in court next week.
Okay.
And but just so everyone knows, if the appraisals are under 5,000, we don't have to advertise for bids or whatever, but it has to be sold for at least the appraised value. And so I don't think it's going to come in at over that. So we should not have to spend a lot of money on advertising. So I'll have a better report next week.
Okay. So if you get something for Tuesday, just let me know on it.
Okay.
We'll bring it up in court. And next item we got up there is I talked to Tim. We talked about this painting the white lines on the new county or blacktop roads. Can we do that? And how much is it going to cost? You think?
I've reached out to some people that are getting back with me. This is just something that's always been a goal for me as I've gotten older, and I think I've had a lot of constituents. I've discussed it with them and older ones. And I don't know about you guys, but on a rainy night, a black road, especially tree covered, I'm just thinking Tick Ridge for one. The white lines help me tremendously. I've read some research about accidents. It's, lowered where they have used this, but there's lots of different restrictions. The road has to be so wide. If it's less than a certain width, you have to have an engineer decide if you can put them on there. But I'm researching all this. I just wanted it to be brought up so people can, maybe some of your constituents can reach out if anybody on Facebook hears about this and see what their feelings are. Of course, cost is going to be a factor. But for me, if we've got road aid money to blacktop 6 miles of a road, and we could shorten that by 2/10 and save enough money to put the white lines, that's just a example. I'm not saying that's what it'd be. I'd rather have 2/10 shorter of blacktop and the white lines myself. And they've improved this stuff too. Some of it you'll see, and a lot of the other counties do have it. But I just want to make sure that we go about it legally. It's how far from the edge it's supposed to be, and get everything just right before. But I just wanted to bring it up in discussion, and really no action at this time. And I'll do the research on my end and present something to the court as soon as I get it.
Tim, we done some research on this yesterday. The Manual for Uniform Traffic Control Devices, that's the MUTCD.
Right.
In that section 5E.03 edge line markings, most of the guidance that they give, they do it with the word may. Of course, you understand how the may and the shall works. Obviously, shall, we have to do it. May, we have the option. So, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. Safety it needs to be a top priority. So we took it a step further and we reached out to Reynolds, who does the striping, and you're looking at on a 16-foot, which obviously that's what the state said, nothing less than 16 foot wide. That those markings are going to be roughly $3,200 a mile. That's each side. But just keep in mind, if that starts to fade, we have to keep that as bright. I mean, we have to keep that up. You know, so I don't know how long that lasts, but that's what you're looking to market each time is roughly $3,200 a mile.
That's both sides, right? For
That's both sides. That's
Okay.
correct. And that's a 4-inch white mark, a 4-inch.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you looked into that, there's different types. Some of that they put a crystal in that makes it brighter and supposed to last longer. They've improved that over the years, but you can see some of the ones with just plain paint fade pretty quickly. But I don't know if that price, which type of paint that was, but some of them last a whole lot longer than the others.
Well, they do the striping for the state. So,
Right.
you know,
That's better.
I assume they probably got the best stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that kind of gets you started of what it would cost. And then, you know, if we could target areas such as curves, blind spots, I'm not so much sold on the straightaways.
Right.
But you know, with that and maybe some signage would probably work. We just have to be creative with it as we go. But just want to kind of, number one, let you know cost. Number two, you know, that's where you can find it is the MUTCD book.
Right. I've been on that website. And I was just thinking too, maybe if nothing else, to do a trial run, and see what people think about it. Just like on Tick Ridge, I think it's a dark road at night anyway with all the trees and stuff. And that maybe we'll look into it, maybe just do a test on that and see what people think and then maybe go from there.
Well, we probably we'll need to adopt something. We'll have to lean on Catherine a little bit because we need to put it in as a new paved road. And because you're going to receive a lot of calls, well, I want it on my road. I want it on my road. And, you know, if it's a newly paved road, I think that criteria needs to be set that, you know, we're only doing that on newly paved roads.
And my goal would be to have a guarantee from Reynolds maybe, or how long it would last. And of course, the ultimate goal would be it would last as long. I don't know how often. I mean, just say we average blacktopping a road once every 20 years. If we had some kind of estimate, if it would last 20 years, as long as until we blacktop the road again, if that's what how long they do last, that would be a lot more feasible, I think. But I understand what you're saying. Once you do it, you have to keep it up.
And Tim, if you want to reach out to Scott Taylor, of course, you know, he used to work for the State Road Department, and he's got a lot of information on those things as well, because he's had to deal with that. So if you want to reach out to him, he's actually right now he is our supervisor over our tile crew. So you want to reach out to him on it.
The central gentleman from Reynolds is supposed to, contact me today too. So thank you.
Well, that's all we have. Well, we like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.